Hello, welcome to Great Garden Channel. Has your Christmas cactus become old and leggy after the blooming season, with very few new branches? Don't be discouraged. Today I'll show you how to propagate these older stems into many new plants while sharing a simple recipe made from common kitchen ingredients to help the cuttings establish and grow more successfully. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to Great Garden so you won't miss more helpful plant care and propagation tips. Let's get started. The first step in propagation is selecting a healthy stem. Using a pair of clean pruning scissors, cut the stem as shown in the video. Choose stems that are mature but not too old. A healthy cutting should have a firm stem, green segments, no bruising, and no signs of pests or disease. Make the cut just below a stem segment. Many people don't realize that these stem joints are where new roots usually develop first. For best results, each cutting should have 2 to 3 stem segments while retaining at least 2 healthy segments. This is the ideal length because it provides enough stored energy to keep the cutting alive. Next, let's prepare a cleaning solution for the cuttings. Do you have any cinnamon powder at home? Cinnamon powder contains naturally occurring compounds such as cinnamaldehyde, along with a variety of antioxidants. When used properly, a cinnamon powder solution can help clean the surface of fresh cuts and may help reduce the growth of certain microorganisms on the surface of the plant. First, prepare a clean glass. Add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon powder. Next, pour about 500 milliliters of hot water into the glass to help dissolve the cinnamon powder and extract its naturally occurring compounds. Stir thoroughly for about 30 to 60 seconds so the cinnamon powder disperses evenly throughout the water, and its natural compounds are extracted more effectively. Continue stirring until the solution is well mixed. Then cover the container and let it steep for 1 hour. After about 1 hour, once the solution has cooled completely, strain it thoroughly, keeping only the clear liquid. Careful straining removes any remaining particles, producing a cleaner solution that is easier to use in the following steps. In addition to the English voice, we have now created dubbed voices in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Hindi, and Indonesian to help you understand the content more easily. Listen in your preferred language by opening the video and clicking on Settings, the gear icon, to select the appropriate audio language. Add 500 milliliters of clean water to dilute the cinnamon powder solution. Now, the solution is ready to be used for sanitizing the cuttings. Pour the cinnamon powder solution into a clean glass, as shown in the video. Then gently place the Christmas cactus cuttings into the solution and soak them for about 10 to 15 minutes, allowing the solution to come into even contact with the surface of each cutting. This step helps clean the freshly cut surfaces, remove some dirt and residue, and create more favorable conditions before moving on to the rooting stage. After about 10 to 15 minutes, gently remove the cuttings from the cinnamon powder solution. Use a soft cloth or a clean paper towel to carefully blot away any excess moisture, especially around the base and the cut surfaces. Drying the cuttings helps remove excess moisture from the surface, allowing the wounds to callus more quickly and reducing the risk of rot during propagation. Pour the remaining cinnamon powder solution into a spray bottle, then lightly mist the surface of the growing medium and around the base of a Zamioculcas plant. When used properly and at an appropriate frequency, this solution may help provide a small amount of organic matter to the growing medium and support healthy plant growth. Apply only a light mist, avoiding excessive moisture that could leave the growing medium constantly wet. Next, I'll cut a piece of aloe vera as shown in the video. Aloe vera contains a high amount of water, along with naturally occurring compounds such as polysaccharides, amino acids, and several vitamins. When used properly, aloe vera can help maintain moisture and create a favorable environment for root development. Then cut the aloe vera into small pieces. Cutting it into smaller pieces helps the gel inside release more easily during blending or soaking, allowing its naturally occurring compounds to dissolve into the water more effectively. Which country are you watching this video from? It's wonderful that we can connect with each other from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please hit the subscribe button to support me and not miss any Christmas cactus care tips. Prepare a blender, as shown in the video. Add all of the chopped aloe vera into the blender. If you're enjoying these plant care tips, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more simple, effective gardening advice. Tap the bell icon so you never miss a new video. Next, pour in about 300 milliliters of clean, room temperature water. Cover the blender and blend until completely smooth. Blending thoroughly helps the aloe vera gel mix evenly with the water, creating a uniform solution while allowing its naturally occurring compounds to disperse more effectively, making the solution easier to strain and use in the following plant care steps. Once blended, strain the mixture through a fine sieve or a clean filter cloth, removing all of the pulp and keeping only the liquid. Strain it carefully so the solution is completely free of residue. Then add 200 milliliters of clean, room temperature water to dilute the solution. Now it's ready to use. Next, prepare a paper towel as shown in the video. Gently dip the paper towel into the diluted aloe vera solution until it is evenly moistened. The moist paper towel helps maintain consistent humidity around the base and the cut surface, while the cutting develops new roots. Then gently wrap the paper towel around the base of the cutting. Wrap it snugly enough to stay in place, but not so tightly that it restricts air circulation around the stem. Repeat the same process with the remaining Christmas cactus cuttings, following the same steps one by one. Handle each cutting carefully to avoid breaking the stem segments or damaging the cut surfaces, ensuring that all of the cuttings have the best possible conditions for developing healthy, uniform root systems. In addition, the moist paper towel helps reduce moisture loss from the surface of the stem, allowing the cutting to remain stable during the period before new roots have formed. This gently humid environment also creates favorable conditions for the plant tissues to regenerate new cells around the cut surface, helping promote faster root development. At the same time, maintaining consistent moisture around the base helps reduce the risk of stem dehydration, allowing the cutting to retain its vigor during the critical early days after propagation. If you want to learn the secret to caring for Christmas cactus, make sure to watch this video carefully until the end. Your Christmas cactus will become strong, grow new roots, and bloom vibrantly all year round. Next, prepare a plastic tray as shown in the video. Spread a thin layer of sphagnum moss across the bottom of the tray. This layer of moss helps maintain consistent moisture around the cuttings, reducing moisture loss while creating a more favorable environment for new roots to develop. Next, gently place the Christmas cactus cuttings on top of the sphagnum moss, leaving enough space between each cutting so they do not overlap. Proper spacing allows better air circulation and provides sufficient room for the new root systems to develop. Using a spray bottle, lightly mist the surface of the moss and around the cuttings with clean water. This helps maintain consistent moisture in the propagation environment, reduces the risk of the cuttings drying out too quickly, and creates favorable conditions for new root formation. Continue maintaining the cuttings this way for 5 weeks. Place the tray in a cool, well-ventilated location away from direct sunlight, or in an area with bright, indirect light. This environment helps reduce transplant stress and provides ideal conditions for the developing root system to establish and grow vigorously. After about 5 weeks with consistent moisture and proper care, you'll notice significant changes in the cuttings. At this point, gently remove the paper towel wrapped around the base of each cutting. You'll find numerous new roots that are white or creamy white, with plump, healthy root tips emerging from the base. The roots should be evenly developed and firmly attached around the base of the cutting, indicating that the cuttings have adapted well and rooted successfully. This is a very encouraging sign that the cuttings are now strong enough to be transplanted into a growing medium. With continued proper care, including appropriate moisture, lighting, and watering, the plants will quickly produce more new segments and become greener, fuller, and healthier over the coming weeks. Now, it's time to prepare a fresh growing medium. Here, I'm using a mixture consisting of 30% potting soil, 40% decoconut coir, and 30% perlite. The potting soil helps support the plant while maintaining the moisture needed by the roots. The coconut coir retains moisture effectively, preventing the growing medium from drying out too quickly between waterings. Meanwhile, the perlite creates air pockets throughout the growing medium, improving drainage and allowing more oxygen to reach the roots. Place all of the ingredients into a clean container or tray, then thoroughly mix them by hand or with a small trowel until the mixture is completely uniform. Don't skip this step. Thorough mixing ensures that every part of the growing medium has a consistent balance of moisture retention and aeration, allowing the root system to develop under stable growing conditions throughout the pot. After more than 20 years of growing Christmas cacti, I've found that a well-mixed growing medium distributes water more evenly after each watering, while reducing overly dry or excessively wet areas inside the pot. I have created subtitles in multiple languages. Please select your preferred language. Comment below and let me know which country you are watching from. It's amazing that we can connect from all around the world. Once the growing medium has been thoroughly mixed, prepare a clean pot like the one shown in the video. This pot has multiple ventilation holes around the sides and drainage holes at the bottom. These openings improve air circulation around the roots while allowing excess water to drain away quickly after watering. First, add a layer of the prepared growing medium to the bottom of the pot. This creates a stable foundation for the root system and helps keep the plant firmly supported after transplanting. Next, gently place the plant in the center of the pot. Adjust it so it stands upright while allowing the roots to spread naturally without bending or becoming compressed. Finally, add more growing medium to completely cover the roots. Gently press around the base with your fingers to stabilize the plant, but avoid compacting the medium too firmly so it remains loose and well aerated, allowing the roots to continue developing successfully. Now, the plant has been successfully transplanted. Place the plant in a cool, well-ventilated location away from direct sunlight, or somewhere with bright, indirect light, such as near a window, on a covered balcony, or under a well-ventilated porch. This environment helps reduce transplant stress, allowing the root system to recover more quickly while supporting steady, healthy growth. After 3 days, once the plant has settled into its new environment, it's time to prepare a solution to support healthy growth. Today's ingredient is rice. Rice water contains a small amount of starch, B vitamins, and naturally occurring minerals that dissolve into the water. When used properly and at appropriate intervals, rice water may help provide a small amount of organic matter to the growing medium and support healthy plant growth. Add 3 tablespoons of rice, then pour in about 500 milliliters of clean, room temperature water. Stir thoroughly for about 30 to 60 seconds, allowing the water to come into contact with the rice grains so that some of the starch, B vitamins, and naturally occurring minerals dissolve into the water. Finally, cover the container and let it soak for about 2 hours before moving on to the filtering step. After about 2 hours, strain the mixture thoroughly through a fine sieve, removing all of the rice while keeping only the clear liquid. The liquid you collect is rice water containing a small amount of dissolved starch, B vitamins, and naturally occurring minerals. Next, add 500 milliliters of clean, room temperature water to dilute the solution. Now the diluted rice water solution is ready to use. First, pour the rice water solution into a spray bottle. then lightly mist the Christmas cactus. When used properly and at appropriate intervals, rice water may help provide a small amount of organic matter and naturally occurring minerals, helping the plant maintain vigor and supporting healthy growth. Apply only a light mist, avoiding excess moisture that remains on the stems and segments for extended periods. Misting allows the solution to be distributed evenly as fine droplets, making it easy to coat the entire surface of the leaves and stems without creating localized excess moisture. This allows the plant to absorb the solution more gently under safe conditions. Don't throw away the remaining solution. Instead, use it to water around the base of your snake plant. When properly diluted and used correctly, rice water may help provide a small amount of organic matter to the growing medium, support root activity, and promote steady plant growth. However, it should not replace a proper plant care routine. The plant still requires appropriate watering, adequate light, and a well-draining growing medium to remain healthy. Results. After 3 months, with continued proper care, including suitable watering, lighting, and nutrition, you'll notice remarkable improvements. The segments will gradually become greener, plumper, and continue producing many new segments, resulting in a fuller, more balanced, and healthier plant. The root system will become stronger, producing numerous creamy white new roots that firmly anchor into the growing medium while absorbing water and nutrients more efficiently. When the blooming season arrives, the plant will begin producing many new flower buds. The buds will develop evenly before opening into vibrant, colorful flowers, making the Christmas cactus look fuller, healthier, and much more attractive. That brings us to the end of today's video. If you found it helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe to Great Garden, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss future videos about caring for, propagating, and reviving houseplants. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next Great Garden video.